In every age, there are a few who move like fire while others crawl like shadows. Souls who progress so fast it feels almost unreal, as if time itself bends around their will. The ancients knew why. Hagane no Ishi. A will of steel, hammered in the furnace of discipline, sharpened like a blade that never stops cutting. Imagine your life as a sword on the anvil. Every failure is a hammer strike, every sacrifice is heat, every lonely night of practice is the quiet roar of the forge. Most people wait for motivation. Warriors create it. Tonight, I'm asking you to step out of the crowd and into the dojo of your own spirit. If you are ready to become one of the few who progress faster than anyone around you, comment, "I will forge myself," and subscribe to join this clan of modern warriors, walking the path of Musashi. Your presence here is not an accident. Thank you for standing in this circle of those who refuse to live ordinary lives. Speed over perfection is the philosophy of striking while the blade is still hot instead of polishing it forever on the stand. Most people lose years trapped in hesitation, waiting until everything is ready before they begin. The perfect plan, the perfect timing, the perfect conditions. But Musashi's way shows something different. He did not win because he waited. He won because he moved. Progress that is fast and imperfect will always defeat progress that is flawless but rare. When you choose speed, you choose to learn by doing, bleeding, missing, recalibrating, and swinging again. Every rough attempt teaches you more than 1,000 perfectly crafted ideas that never leave your mind. The world rewards action, not potential. So you must teach yourself to move first, refine later. To launch the project, test the skill, take the risk, even when your hands still shake and your technique is not yet beautiful. Speed over perfection is not carelessness. It is disciplined aggression. It means you do not wait to feel confident before you take the step. You build confidence while moving. You push out content before you feel like a master. You train before you feel motivated. You show up to the dojo of your life every single day and let repetition sharpen you. The samurai did not practice one perfect strike in theory. He drilled thousands of imperfect ones until his body learned the truth through motion. This mindset frees you from the prison of overthinking. Instead of obsessing over what could go wrong, you train your mind to ask, what can I try next, right now? With every fast attempt, you gather data. With every failure, you uncover angles, weaknesses, opening. You stop fearing mistakes because mistakes become sensei, brutal, honest, and efficient. When you choose speed over perfection, your entire relationship with time changes. You stop seeing days as units to survive and start seeing them as chances to iterate. While others spend months planning, you spend months trying, failing, adjusting, and gaining real experience. 10 fast, imperfect attempts will always give you more skill, more clarity, and more progress than one perfectly polished move that took forever to release. In battle, the warrior who hesitates dies. In life, the one who delays action suffocates their own potential. So you act. You post that first video. You attempt that first business. You speak that first difficult truth. Imperfect action creates momentum, and momentum creates transformation. Perfection is a statue, beautiful but frozen. Speed is a river, messy, powerful, unstoppable. If you want to progress faster than anyone else, you must be willing to look rough, be misunderstood, and still move forward while everyone else is still thinking. Obsession with the fundamentals is the way of the true warrior. The path of those who understand that mastery is not hidden in secret tricks, but carved into the basics repeated thousands of times. Most people chase advanced techniques, flashy strategies, and shortcuts that promise power without sweat. But Musashi's path was brutally simple. He mastered the cut, the stance, the distance, the timing again and again until they fused with his bones. In your life, fundamentals are your core skills, habits and disciplines. your ability to focus, to show up on time, to practice daily, to control your emotions, to think clearly under pressure. When you become obsessed with these basics, your progress accelerates in a way that looks almost unfair to others. They see only the results and call it talent. What they don't see is your quiet obsession with drills that look boring but build unshakable strength. To be obsessed with the fundamentals means you stop being too proud for simple practice. You don't say, "I already know this." You ask, "How much deeper can I go into this?" You repeat your core moves until they become instinct. You rehearse key skills until they are automatic under stress. The samurai would rehearse drawing the sword thousands of times, not because he loved repetition, but because he knew that in a real duel, there is no time to think. In the same way, when life attacks you with chaos, you will not rise to your dreams. You will fall to your training. That training is built on fundamentals. If you are building a business, fundamentals are your communication, consistency, learning speed, and discipline. If you are building your body, fundamentals are sleep, nutrition, training form, and progressive overload. If you are building your mind, fundamentals are reading, reflecting, and guarding your attention against distraction. When you truly embrace this obsession, you stop jumping from method to method and commit to going deeper instead of wider. Others will get bored and quit. You will stay and refine. Others will keep restarting at level 1. You will stack level after level on the same foundation. Over time, this creates a gap that cannot be crossed. Your fundamentals become so solid that everything advanced feels easier for you, because all complexity is just fundamentals layered together. In a world addicted to hacks, you become dangerous by mastering what everyone else ignores. You practice your craft when no one is watching. You rehearse your form when there is no applause. You polish your basics until they are sharp enough to cut through doubt, fear, and mediocrity. That is how you progress faster than anyone else, not by skipping steps, but by turning the first steps into a weapon no one can match. Turning pain into fuel is the art of refusing to let your suffering be wasted. Most people experience pain and immediately try to escape it, numbing themselves with distractions, comfort, or excuses. But the warrior's path, the path Musashi walked, is different. It faces pain, studies it, and then converts it into raw power. Every betrayal, every failure, every lonely night wondering if you are enough. These are not curses. They are coals thrown into your forge. When you choose to carry them with awareness instead of victimhood, they begin to burn hotter, strengthening your resolve instead of destroying it. Pain becomes your harshest teacher, revealing truths about your weaknesses, your illusions, and your limits. The question is not, will I suffer, but what will I do with my suffering? Will it break you, or will it become the fire that hardens your spirit into something unshakable? Turning pain into fuel means you no longer see hardship as a sign you are on the wrong path, but proof that you are on a path that matters. The samurai expected struggle. He did not dream of an easy life, but of a meaningful one. When your body aches during training, you remind yourself, "This is my old self dying." When people doubt you, you don't crumble. You store their words like arrows and use them as reminders to sharpen your aim. Emotional wounds turn into vows. Humiliation becomes a memory you refuse to repeat. Instead of saying, "Why me?" you say, "Watch me." This mental alchemy is not about pretending that pain feels good. It's about refusing to let it be pointless. You convert every cut into a lesson, every loss into strategy, every heartbreak into a deeper understanding of who you are and what you will never tolerate again. As you practice this transformation, your threshold for discomfort rises, and with it your capacity for greatness. While others back down the moment life becomes difficult, you lean in. You train a little longer. You study a little deeper. You endure a little more pressure, because you understand that pain is the price of power. Over time, you stop fearing it. You may not welcome it, but you respect it as part of your path. This is how warriors move faster than the rest of the world. They are willing to feel what others run from. Every scar on your mind and body becomes a mark of progress, not shame. When you look back, you will realize that your biggest leaps came right after your hardest moments. That is the secret. Your pain is not in the way of your growth, it is the doorway. And every time you walk through it, you step closer to the strongest version of yourself. Adapting like flowing water is the quiet strength that lets you move around obstacles instead of crashing into them. Musashi understood this deeply. Not every battle is won by brute force. Sometimes it is won by the one who bends without breaking, who shifts shape to fit the moment, who moves with the current instead of against it. Water does not resist the rocks in its path. It finds a new course, carving valleys over centuries through patience and persistence. This is not weakness, but the highest form of power, flexibility grounded in unwavering purpose. In your journey you will face unexpected challenges, changing circumstances, and unpredictable opponents. The ability to adapt quickly, like water that flows around a stone rather than smashing it, will allow you to progress faster than those who remain rigid, clinging to old plans or ideas long after they cease to serve. To adapt like flowing water means you must cultivate a mind that is both sharp and supple. You sharpen your skills relentlessly, yes, but you also remain open to change, ready to alter your approach the moment the situation demands. When others panic or freeze because their carefully constructed plans fall apart, you flow into new possibilities. You learn to read the terrain of your life and business, sensing where the currents shift and where the dangers lie beneath the surface. This doesn't mean giving up your goals or values. It means pursuing them with intelligence, fluidity, and grace. Like water, you can be calm and gentle or fierce and unstoppable, depending on what the moment requires. This is the essence of true strength, not rigid stubbornness, but powerful flexibility. When you embody this mindset, you create momentum instead of friction. You stop wasting energy fighting what cannot be changed and instead invest it in what can be shaped. Life is unpredictable, and those who cling to certainty are often broken by reality's blows. The warrior who flows with change finds new paths where others see dead ends. You practice seeing obstacles as curves in the river, not walls, and opportunities as hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be discovered by the patient and alert. This ability to adapt accelerates your progress exponentially because you don't stall or fall. You move with purpose and ease through every twist and turn. In this way you become unstoppable, a force like flowing water that carves mountains and nourishes everything in its path. Outworking your own limits is the relentless refusal to accept yesterday's best as today's ceiling. While most people settle for comfort or rest once they hit a certain point, the true warrior knows that every boundary is just a starting line, disguised as an ending. Miyamoto Musashi did not stop sharpening his skills because he was good enough. He pushed beyond exhaustion, beyond pain, beyond mental fatigue, because he understood that true progress lives in the space where your body and mind scream to quit, but you refuse to listen. To outwork your limits means to stare down the voice inside you that says, "I've done enough," and say instead, "Not yet." It is the brutal discipline of showing up, grinding harder and moving faster, even when every cell in your body begs for mercy. When you commit to outworking your own limits, you transform weakness into power by proving to yourself again and again that your potential is far greater than your comfort zone allows. This is not about reckless overexertion, but a calculated, consistent pushing of your edges, lifting your load a little heavier, writing a little longer, practicing a little harder. It's waking up before dawn when others sleep, staying late when others rest, and embracing discomfort as the fuel of growth. The samurai's discipline was not a momentary burst, but a lifelong march forward, a steady beat of footsteps no one else could match. Outworking your limits creates a rhythm of relentless effort where progress compounds and fatigue becomes a familiar companion you refuse to let win. What sets those who outwork their limits apart is the mindset that hard work is not punishment but privilege. the opportunity to inch closer to their best self each day. It's the willingness to grind when motivation fades, to act when inspiration is gone, and to keep moving when results seem distant. While others hesitate, you accelerate. While others settle, you surge. The edges you push today become the new baseline for tomorrow's efforts. This constant breaking of your own boundaries doesn't just build skill and strength. It builds an unshakable belief that you can overcome anything. And that belief, above all else, propels you faster than anyone else on the path to greatness. Now, you hold the key to moving faster than anyone else. The fierce combination of relentless speed, unwavering focus on fundamentals, transforming pain into unstoppable fuel, flowing like water through every challenge, and outworking the limits that try to hold you back. This is not a path for the faint-hearted or those seeking shortcuts. It is the way of the warrior, carved by discipline, forged in fire, and tempered by spirit. Your progress will demand sacrifice, patience, and a refusal to settle for less than your highest self. But remember, you are not alone on this journey. You have joined a brotherhood and sisterhood of relentless souls who refuse to be ordinary, who choose to rise every time they fall, who sharpen their will as keenly as their skill. Stand tall in that knowledge and commit now to walking this path every day with courage and humility. The road ahead will test you, but it will also transform you. So take this moment to thank yourself for showing up, for choosing action over fear, for embracing the struggle as the price of greatness. Keep your eyes sharp, your heart steady, and your spirit unbreakable, because the fastest progress belongs to those who refuse to stop moving forward.